Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? He shift and the left hand scoop finish.
Arlene and Dennis Brown Barron.
Good morning to our viewers tuning in from Canada's East and West Coast. Welcome inside the main gymnasium at York University's Tate McKenzie Athletic Center. I'm JJ Evison alongside Haley Hopkinson. It's Championship Saturday here at the 15U and 17U Canadian National Basketball Championships. Happy to have you with us. 4 more games coming to you live on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. This 11:15 Eastern Time tip-off for the 15U bronze medal features British Columbia taking on Alberta, a rematch of last year's bronze medal game. The two sides met earlier in this tournament with British Columbia winning by 10, effectively utilizing their size, led by the rebounding efforts of their 6'5" forward from Vancouver, Ian Tyler.
Ian Tyler is definitely a massive contributor to this BC team. In their last game, when they lost to Quebec in overtime, 86-83, Ian Tyler led in rebounds, having 10 rebounds and 6 of those being offensive, and stuff like that definitely leads to those second chance points, but they were able to grab 12 from that game. There's no doubt that he is one of the strongest rebounds in this U15 category, as he leads rebounds with 8.8 a game.
The Alberta 15U team led most of the way against Ontario in yesterday's semifinal. Ontario able to pull away down the stretch, but even their head coach credited Alberta's Liam Mitikaro's play. He scored 17 points along with 7 boards and 5 steals, another do-it-all kind of guy.
Definitely is. They're going to be looking to him to really get going in this game and run up that score for Alberta. He's just an efficient scorer. He was 8 for 12 from the field goal, 7 for 10 from free throws, and he is second in that U15 category for scoring, averaging 15.8. Getting him going early on in this game is definitely a key to Alberta's game.
Here are your starting lineups for Team British Columbia: Marvin Reyes, Joe Linder, Jason Ikiani, Ilya Maiden, and Ian Tyler. For Alberta, they're going to counter with Liam Mitikaro, Bol Bol, Clyde Bachu, Ashton Leung, and lastly, Mikhail Francis. Your officials for this game are crew chief Philippe Dompierre, Katia Davidegua, and Nikisha Miller. We want to welcome you in, and thanks for joining us on this broadcast. We hope you enjoy. 4 more games left in this gymnasium, followed by the closing ceremonies where medals will be handed out, MVPs will be crowned, But maybe lost in all this is the elite level of talent that Canada basketball is starting to produce.
Absolutely. This is just such a good sign this whole week here in Ontario, also over in Newfoundland for the girls. The future is just very bright for all these young stars, and we've just been so appreciative to be able to watch it all.
Tip-off underway, the ball controlled by Alberta. It is Leah Mitakaro at the top. Working on Reyes, moving downhill. Nice 1-2 step. The length of the stride and the right-hand finish is nice. BC look to respond on their first offensive possession. Marvin Reyes from dead on center. That's off the mark, the deep three. As we've seen most of the tournament from these teams, pressure being applied from the outset, trying to create confusion, havoc, backcourt violations, turnovers. Mitakaro into the corner. Bobo drives, takes, no good. Rebound controlled by Ian Tyler. Reyes gets set in the half court. Working on Bachu. Bachu gets the steal. He's out on the run. Clyde Bachu misses the dunk, gets his own rebound. No one's coming to help. It's a 1-on-2 situation. Bachu will head to the free throw line.
Not the greatest dunk of all time that we've seen, but things like that in such high-pressure games like this, sometimes going for that easy lay-in is just the more responsible choice in this game, especially since we know that BC is very strong with those rebounds, and just giving that opportunity to kind of have everyone running at you once that is missed is definitely something that Alberta's going to want to limit in this game right off the bat.
What about the lack of effort to get ahead? You know, it's a 1-on-2 situation for Alberta, and there's nobody coming in behind in case he misses.
Right, and that does show some trust that they have in him, but also you never want to give up on any ball, any play, because you really do never know what's going to happen in these situations.
Both free throws off the mark, and it's still a 2-0 lead for Alberta. That pass from the Young, swatted out of bounds. 9 seconds remains on the shot clock. What a fantastic job Ontario has done putting on this tournament. They've had to shuffle a little bit yesterday with the Fieldhouse Gymnasium problems. Another strip. This time, Leah Mitakaro out on the run. He gets the two-handed jam to go.
I think they learned their lesson from last time, too. There you did see everyone following him up.
All right, it's a 4-0 lead here early in the first. We step aside for a quick commercial break. Stick with us. More action from the bronze medal game 15U coming up on the other side.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and he shifted and left hands, he finished.
Tennis, proud parents.
British Columbia looking for some sort of offense here. A couple of turnovers already. And Leah Mitakaro has all 4 points for Alberta.
For BC right now, a big part of their game is working within that paint. In that Ontario game, 32 of their points came from there. Also, just getting a bigger presence in there is going to be important in this first half. Those offensive rebounds will come in their entire game against Ontario, 43 rebounds all game. So establishing their presence in that paint is a key right now.
Joe Linder working on the far side. That one poked away. Knocked out of bounds by Mitakaro. Swarming and hounding defense early by Alberta. They're looking to turn that defense into good offense, as great ball clubs do.
Totally, and this is a very strong transition team, so that will only elevate their offense.
Open shooter. Blocked. Mikhail Francis. Aaliyah Maiden tried to go up for the three, but was met there at the top. Joe Linder on the side. His older brother, Frank Linder, plays at the U17 team.
Joe Linder's one of their strongest scorers as well, 21 points in the last game and 4 for 9 from 3.
Fade away from the mid-range, no good for Mavindra. It's Alberta's chance. Leung picks up the dribble, coughs it up. Ikani out on the run, has one to beat, spin move into the paint, up and under that one, errant. Rebounded Linder. Linder fading away. That one off the front of the iron. BC still scoreless. Last touched by Alberta, white ball, British Columbia, another chance at an offensive look. Maiden takes, Maiden makes, and British Columbia are on the board.
He had a massive presence in the defense, grabbing 7 boards in the last game, so him scoring early on is definitely a strong sign from BC.
Mitakaro finds space, kicks it to the corner. The jumper off the front of the iron. Out on the run, Linder pulls up from the elbow. That's good. Tie ball game. British Columbia able to start pushing the pace from the defensive end. Mitakaro gets open into the paint again. Rebound. Mavindra. Working on Mikhail Francis. Finds Maiden, kicks it back out. Eight seconds left on the shot clock. Downhill, Mavindra, scoop score.
A very strong take right there, holding that ball in all the way so Alberta can't get their hands on it.
Mitakaro trying to find space. Clyde Bachu picks up the dribble. Cross-court pass, Leung gets his defender in the air. Bachu into the near side corner. Stepping out of bounds was Mikhail Francis. Team Alberta turned the ball over. British Columbia on a 6-0 run.
It's definitely difficult to think about when you're in that game, but court awareness is such a big thing. We've seen some silly turnovers throughout nationals. When teams are in a really great rhythm and they step out of bounds, it just puts a halt to everything they're doing.
You know, the biggest thing about a lot of these turnovers we're seeing is the shooters have their feet set, and then when they're faking, their right foot or left foot, depending on their strength, is stepping back, and that's an immediate sign that it's a shot fake. Pump the ball with your arms, then drive, right?
Exactly. It's a dead giveaway if your feet start moving because you're not going to shoot like that, obviously.
Leah Mitakaro over the timeline has all 4 Alberta points, 1 rebound. Whips it to the corner. Clyde Bachu. Back up. Mitakaro. 1 bounce. Top side 3. Yep. 7 points now for Leah Mitakaro. Alberta back in front.
That's one of the most important parts of this game, is making sure that his scoring is on point, and it already looks to be that he's at a great start.
Ian Tyler kicks it out. Ikani. No. Alberta with another rebound. Clyde Bachu. Step back 3 from the wing. Off the front of the iron. Rebound corralled. Ian Tyler. As Linder works it into the front court, playing give and go with Maiden. Now on the far side, Ikani. Joe Linder for 3. Misses. Diego Lance picks up the dribble. Tries to kick it back out, but that falls into the hands of British Columbia. Maiden's on the move. Maiden uses the backboard for a 2 points.
BC's doing such a great job at always being aware of where that basket is, and they're beating a lot of 2-on-1 situations early on.
Mitakaro to the left, guarded by Linder. The jump step through, whip pass corner, and another out of bounds from a corner shooter. This time it's Clyde Bachu. Pair of substitutions. British Columbia brings back in Ashton Leung. Alberta brings back in Ashton Leung. British Columbia, Dane Schmidt coming into the game. It's Linder out of Nanaimo, BC. Tries to get around his defensive assignment. The corner 3 up and good. Jason Ikani.
Well, what was great about that right there was sometimes when these guys are dishing it off to a teammate, they still follow that ball and they lead their defender to the shooter, but he went right for the net, which just allowed a better open look.
Michikaro loses it on the way to the hoop. There's a fight for it on the ground. Whistle finally blown. Jump ball called, possession arrow favoring British Columbia. Nearly 6 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. Bronze medal game, 15U National Championships from Tate McKenzie's center here at York University. British Columbia lead 11-7. All 7 points for Alberta coming from the hands of Liam Michikaro. Jason Akani now, top side. Works around the screen, hands it off. Maiden, right-handed, no, too strong. Rebound, grabbed by Leung. It's Michikaro on the far side. Elias Steed, a little too strong. Maiden works downhill. Right-handed finish, a thing of beauty. That's a tough finish, right? Working to your left, finishing with the right.
Absolutely.
Michikaro looking for some help on the offensive end. Jaden Shergill, no. Who's there for the rebound? Michikaro. Linder, cross-court pass. That one blocked by Michikaro. The attempt from Dane Schmidt. Here's Alberta. Diego Lance kicks it out. Ashton Leung can't get it to go. The rebound fought for. Last touched by British Columbia.
Michikaro is doing a very good job of keeping his team in this game and not letting that deficit grow too much, but it's time for somebody else on Alberta to kind of step up on either side of that court to not kind of wear out Michikaro, and we did just see him go to the bench, so now who's going to step up in this situation here?
Referees signal ball off of Alberta, so British Columbia have another chance to add to their lead. 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Ethan Mavindra hands it off. Ball finds its way to Maiden at the top. Working into the corner. Another handoff. Dane Schmidt, three off the mark. And Alberta tried to push it in transition, but turn it over. Dane Schmidt has it. Kicks it to the corner. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt's three is money. When you have that defender kind of cheating into the corner and you get that pass right back, you've got lots of daylight to get that shot up. Young gets it down to Bol into the corner. Elias Steed with the response.
There we go. That's exactly what they're looking for here. Who's also going to be that secondary scorer to Michikaro?
Mavindra wants some action, gets his players to move to the far side. Strong side now. Maiden takes Strong. That one just a little too much off the glass. Rebounded by Alberta. Out on the run, Diego Lance. Bol moves downhill. Stolen by Mateo Duszek. But he coughs it right back up. There's a shooter. Diego Lance rims out. Ian Tyler with the rebound. Promptly gets it into the hand of the ball handler, Ethan Mavindra. Working topside. Now into the paint. Looks for the pure bucket. That rims out. And here come Alberta. Lance showing some good ball handling. Mikhail Francis now. Toe on the line. Shots off the iron. Tyler, another defensive rebound. Liam Maiden into the paint. He's been effective down there, and yet again, he gets another 2 points with a paint touch, that time with a floater.
Absolutely. He's been very strong with any one of his takes. He doesn't seem like he's looking for a specific shot in that paint and that he's ready to pull from anywhere once he gets in the right position.
Another steal by Mateo Duszek leads to a run-out layup. British Columbia up comfortably by 10. 31.7 left in the opening quarter. Haley, British Columbia is throwing the first punch here.
Absolutely, and they had a really, really tight game, losing in overtime. That definitely gives a little bit more of vengeance in this game. But as for Alberta, they're definitely still in this. The shooting will come, but they just need to focus a little bit more on the aggression over on those defensive and offensive rebounds. Looking for those second chance shots is what's going to give them the edge in this game.
So Alberta narrowly missed a chance yesterday to get to the gold medal game, playing a tough Ontario team. Did a great job of making them take difficult shots. Ontario shooting only 35% from the field in that game. And Alberta lost last year in this bronze medal game to British Columbia, so there's that extra weight, right?
Definitely, and that should only be more motivation and bring more vengeance to this game, especially just losing to Ontario. It was a really close game, but bringing on that smothering defense, especially in the paint, is what Alberta actually needs to really do right now going in. They can't leave any chances in that second quarter to give BC the range that they're looking for in that paint, because that's their strong suit there. Of course, they've got those three-point shooters, but a lot of these guys are driving in and just finding space and are ready to take that shot once they find it.
Nearly 32 seconds remain in the opening quarter of this bronze medal game here at the Tate McKenzie Athletic Center. Again, we want to thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. Alberta have a chance now to cut into this 10-point lead by British Columbia, and back into the game, Liam Michikaro. He's got 7 of Alberta's 10 points. Uses the screen by Francis into the paint, kick to the corner. The shot's up, the shot's off. Michikaro fighting for the rebound, gets it, goes right back up, takes some contact, and as good shooters do, gets a chance at the free throw line.
Definitely. Alberta seemed to just slowly be backing up there, ready to go back on defense. They really need to be able to see all these plays through, because if that rebound had come down and there was an opportunity for a kick out, that obviously would have given them a better chance than having to shoot at the line.
Second team foul there on British Columbia. Alberta have committed 0 in the opening 10 minutes. As Michikaro goes 2 for 2 from the line, and one more substitution as Clyde Bakchu comes back in for Michikaro for defensive purposes. 13.4 remaining, 20-12 British Columbia lead. Reyes with the head of steam, kicks it over to the corner. Dane Schmidt off the mark. Alberta out. It's Mikhail Francis with the finger roll. That one rims around and falls outside of the circle. So after 10 minutes of play, British Columbia lead Alberta 20-12. We'll be back with second quarter action after a quick break. Stay with us.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right?
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada, because this journey belongs to everyone.
British Columbia got off to a slow start here in the U15 bronze medal game, but after giving away 4 points, they put the pedal to the metal, scoring 14 of their 20 points in the paint, 12 of them coming off of turnovers. They're doing a good job running in transition.
Definitely. That is something that they're definitely looking for coming into this game as well. Alberta does have a good amount of height right there, but BC is beating them in that category. So going to the paint, that's their strong suit. That's what's been working for them throughout their game, so why change it now? And over on Alberta, finishing that quarter with no team fouls, obviously that's a positive, but the aggression, I think, definitely needs to pick up when collecting those rebounds, offense or defense. And that last play there, just trying to set a press on BC in that final possession. If a press is something they're going to look to incorporate into the second quarter, they left a massive gap down the middle, which is obviously the ideal place for that press break to go down. So keeping an eye on that is important.
Mikhail Francis for Alberta on the far side. 10 seconds remain on the shot clock. It's Francis now working into the paint. Lots of bodies around him. Doesn't get the shot to go. Rebound and pushed by Ashton Leung. Make that Clyde. Reyes down the hill. Kicks it out. Corner shooter off the mark. Mitsukaro tries to knock it to himself. Instead rebounded by Maiden, who has another look. Third chance opportunity for Maiden, trying to use the backboard. No, Bol rips down the board. And it's Mitsukaro trying to find a teammate. Ashton Leung now. Steed into Bol. The double. Faked. And now it's Francis. 3 seconds. Gets it to Mitsukaro for three. No good. Trying to save it was Mateo Duszek, who stepped out of bounds. Baseline inbound play for Alberta. Ashton Leung takes to the rack, gets the roll. Nice finish. It's Reyes working on Mitsukaro. Dane Schmidt now to Maiden. Maiden looks at a three. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound to Reyes, blocked at the top. And that's 2 blocks in the game now for Liam Mitsukaro for Alberta. He's rebounding, he's scoring, he's blocking. He's doing a little bit of everything. Absorbs some contact, goes up, tries to get the free throws. Instead, it's Reyes the other way. Clyde Bachu, no. Reyes following up. Kicks it back out. Maiden gets rid of it. Ian Tyler works it around the perimeter. Maiden takes the handoff. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot is up. Off the front of the iron, rebounded. Alberta now. Spreading the floor, Mitsukaro moves into the paint, gets some contact. It's going to be a blocking call on Ian Tyler. Mitsukaro back to the free throw line for 2.
Looks like Alberta's offense is definitely still trying to find their footing a little bit here. Mitsukaro, he can't really do it all. He's got a really strong shooting arm, so him always being in that paint isn't totally ideal for their offense. So looking for a bigger presence from Bol down there is definitely going to be crucial, especially on those rebounds as well. And then on defense, just really trying to shut them down. BC's having very long possessions, getting second and third opportunity shots. So just kind of picking up the intensity a little bit, the aggression a little bit is definitely going to help them try to get out of this quarter a little bit closer.
Mitsukaro, when he attacks the paint, BC's done a good job of keeping their other defenders outside, and not everything's collapsing, and they're relying on the primary defender to get the job done, or challenging Mitsukaro to beat them by himself, which is a very tough task.
Totally, but if Alberta can realize that, they can look more for those kind of opportunities to kick out if eventually they do start to collapse in a little bit more.
Jason Akani's three's off the mark. Again, it's Mitsukaro for Alberta. And down on the block, asking for it was Elias Steed. Steed takes it up big, misses everything, and then pokes it out of bounds. So a little bit more aggression there from Elias Steed, demanding the ball after sealing out his defender. Pair of substitutions for Alberta back into the game. Clyde Bachu and Renko Raskinen. British Columbia have yet to score in the quarter. Not for a lack of chances. Reyes takes the handoff. Top side three. Bucket. Book it. Reyes.
If BC gets a good three-point shooter going, this is going to be a very difficult task for Alberta just because of how strong they've been in the paint.
Liam Mitsukaro with the tough and one bucket. And that's where the size and strength of Midikaro over the primary defender there, he takes the advantage. Misses the extra point, rebound grabbed by Joe Linder. Linder now showing off his dance moves, hands it off to Maiden. Maiden fakes the handoff, keeps into the paint. Nice 360, but found himself under the basket, ran out of room to get the shot up. And it's Mitch Caro the other way. Fakes the shot into the paint. 3 white jerseys, but it doesn't matter. Midikaro gets the bucket. It's a 3-point lead now for British Columbia. Linder, quick transition. Off the backboard, no. Midikaro with another rebound. That's his 6th of the game to go along with 15 points. Leung keeps working baseline. Fouled on the way up, so Ashton Leung heads to the free throw line for a look at 2.
Everyone on both sides of the court are going up with such strong takes, and it doesn't seem that when there's an uneven matchup there, it's really affecting them much because they know that they'll be able to get that contact if it's a strong take.
In a medal game, you've got to rise to the occasion. Under the bright lights, in front of the large crowds. Leave it all on the floor. Both shots made. Ashton Leung brings Alberta to within 1. $15U bronze medal game on now. Following that, the $17U bronze medal game. Haley and I will be around for that. Then we hand the mic over to Jackson and Cole for the 15U gold medal game. Then we return for the 17U gold medal game, and we will all take you through the championship ceremony here from York University after that. A flurry of moves gets Amare Matahar open in the paint, but the scoop score doesn't fall. And now Alberta have to get it over the timeline in the nick of time. They do. And defense smothering by Amare Matahar, who knocks it out of bounds.
Elias Steed with that rebound there. You can tell his power is really coming in now. He's jumping for those, grabbing it, and making sure he's secure before dribbling it out.
I'd like to point out 4 team fouls on British Columbia, 0 again for Alberta. What an entry pass. Way too much time and space. Maybe for Colton Seibold, but he picks up the rebound and gets the second chance opportunity. Alberta in front.
Sometimes it's just too open. Second guess yourself.
Oh, I never hit an open layup. It's like a meme or like, amongst my teammates. Everybody knows to run out my layups because I never hit them. Out on the run now with the finger roll attempt. Clyde Bachu gets the second chance opportunity.
Yeah, for Alberta, the aggression's definitely picked up, but they're so disciplined with those no-team fouls.
Only 3 points scored halfway through the second quarter here for British Columbia. Far corner working baseline, trying to get up and to the rack was Jason Akani. Contact at the top, so Akani heads to the free throw line. British Columbia shooting just 29% from the field. Alberta, 3 points less, 26%. So not making many shots on either side. It's going to come down to toughness, grit, and really sticking with it and not getting discouraged.
Definitely. Whoever kind of takes their foot off the gas first is definitely going to feel the effects. But Colton Seibold and Elias Steed are doing such a great job cutting off that baseline in the paint.
Another miss on the free throw, but the tip up back and in. Jason Akani gets his own miss. So the 1 point free throw turns into 2 points for British Columbia. Bol deep into the paint. Doesn't get the friendly roll, and it's Reyes looking up court. No one's there, so he slows it down. Working on Bachu, uses the screen from Maiden. Reyes from 15, no good. Leah Mitakaro picking up speed, kicks it out to the corner, and for the second time in the game, Clyde Bachu steps out of bounds after receiving the pass for the open three.
That court awareness is just so important here because in a game this close that could definitely look to remain this close, passing over those offensive positions, it's just going to really start to add up and hurt more and show on that scoreboard.
Ikani working on two Albertans. Kicks it over. Maiden attacks baseline. Gets to the rack. Can't get the flush to go. Bull secures the board. Diego Lance now in the front court. A little shifty move trying to lose his defender. Kicks it to the corner. Bull's open in the middle. One touch pass. That's good basketball for Alberta.
Especially with their 3 points kind of picking up now, it's making BC more nervous on that defense because they're not 100% sure who they need to guard.
Reyes working on Bachu. Foul's finally called on Bachu, who I thought was step for step with Reyes the whole time. Push on the side, according to the official. Now Alberta have two team fouls in the game, both of them coming here in the second quarter. Ethan Mavindra works to his right, into the paint. That one swatted away by Leung. Bull, another rebound. Lance calling out the action. Far side, Bull, top side, works it down. Stolen the other way, Joe Linder. It's a 1-on-3. Linder's got a trailer, keeps, elevates, uses the glass, but that doesn't go. Alberta the other way, Seibold. Two-stepping into the paint, blocked at the top by Maiden. And a back and forth match here now. Reyes tries to get the tough layup to go, foul called. Third team foul on Alberta, and that one will go on Diego Lance. A little bit of ping pong basketball.
Definitely. But that's good. The pace has definitely picked up. Feels like both teams are really now fully settled into these games. Alberta is definitely throwing out a couple more people on offense that BC definitely needs to keep an eye on, which is creating more open looks for those people. And BC is doing a very good job at just attacking that rim.
Jason Ikani short rims the three from the near side. Aaliyah Maiden. Foul on the floor, side out. Official calls the foul before Maiden collected the ball with two hands on that gather. Both teams one foul away from the bonus, 2:37 remaining in the first half. 15U bronze medal game, a rematch of last year's bronze. British Columbia came out on top then. Can they do it again? Fouled on the way up is Jason Ikani. Back to the free throw line for him. Ikani, nothing but net on the first attempt. And Ikani bring British Columbia to within one. Substitution for Alberta. Clyde Bachu back in. Elias Steed heads to the bench for a breather. More pressure here from British Columbia. Linder goes for the steal attempt. Mitakaro over the timeline, attracts two, kicks it to the corner. Bachu, Mitakaro, three from the wing. No. Rebound collected by Ethan Mavindra. Reyes sets his feet, shots up, bottom, Marvin Reyes. Two minutes left in the opening half. Bull at the top, looking for the handoff, the back cut, elevates off the backboard, good bucket, Mikhail Francis.
Alberta's offense is definitely settling in right now. I think we're seeing a very strong team from them.
Mavindra wants the ISO matchup. Step back, fading away, yes. No wonder he wanted it. Got to his spot, elevated. That Jimmy is pure. Bachu, far side. Bol has it in the paint. Mitakaro draws the double, hesitates, gets his own rebound, can't get the second chance opportunity. Bol grabs the loose ball. Francis now, guarded by Maiden. 3 seconds left. Bol's going to have to pull it from the corner. He does. That short rims into the hands of Reyes. He's swarmed by 2 Albertans, but he gets it out on the run. And the reach-in foul from behind. Jason Ikani will send Reyes to the free throw line. 58.1 remaining. British Columbia up by 2.
Alberta's definitely doing a better job with those rebounds. It looked like before, instead of going for the ball, they were going for the BC player that was going for the ball to try to get a hand on it once they grab it. But it seems like they've really realized that they can be the one to get it if they're putting in that work and boxing out, and Bol has definitely stepped up in that way.
Marvin Reyes misses the first, the native of Coquitlam, British Columbia. We were talking about visiting British Columbia yesterday, and I had been there a couple of times. Vancouver's a beautiful city. The island is something special. Canada has so much great landscape, and travelers that, love to travel the world often don't get the opportunity to travel Canada and see the real beauty that we have here. Alberta out on the run. That pass errant and a turnover. There's a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a quick break and bring you the final seconds of the opening half right after this.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
43 seconds remaining in the opening half here of the bronze medal game, 15U Canadian National Championship boys bracket. 32-30 is the lead for British Columbia, who won the first quarter by a score of 20-12, now being outscored by 6 here in the second.
Alberta fans trying to get everyone up off their feet for them. This is a very important game for all of them. Like you said, this is a matchup they saw last year. BC coming out on top, and it's 4 medals, so.
Reyes, Linder, 3, short. Ikani finds the big man at the top. He's going to move downhill. It's Maiden. 1-on-2. Maiden doesn't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Ashton Leung. Mitakaro, that pass a little too complacent, and it's Linder the other way. Linder 1-on-2. Bol jumps above everybody else. 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Alberta have it. It's Liam Mitakaro, the leading scorer, working to his right, looking for a lane. Gets the foul and the hoop. Count it. Alberta have a chance to take the lead on a free throw from Liam Mitakaro heading into the halftime break.
That is a great way to end it, but BC will get that opportunity with 3.7 seconds left to try to make a statement. There's nothing much better than hitting a fantastic shot going into that halftime break.
Mitakaro up to 18 points in the game. That's 18 first half points for number 2 from Alberta. Definitely a standout from this tournament here this past 5-6 days. British Columbia, 4 seconds on the clock. Joe Linder from behind the half-court line. He had the line, didn't have the distance. It looked good.
Yeah.
But at the half, Alberta, who opened the scoring with a 4-0 run, end the second half, outscoring British Columbia 21-12. We step aside for the halftime break. We'll get you set for second half action on the other side. Stick with us.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love that's exactly what they want to do, right? That and you shift and your left hand, you finish.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love that's exactly what they want to do, right? That and you shift and your left hand, you finish.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love that's exactly what they want to do, right? That and you shift and your left hand, you finish.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, Every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and he shift in your left hands, you finish.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and he shift in your left hands, you finish.
Welcome back inside the Tate McKenzie Athletics Center here for the 15U Canadian National Basketball Championships bronze medal game featuring British Columbia and Alberta. Alberta have the lead by 1, and they are led by none other than Leah Mitakaro. Haley, how do you slow a player like him down if you're British Columbia?
You absolutely have to know where he is on the court at all time. And we were just talking about when Team Ontario U17 took on U17 Newfoundland. Newfoundland had Ryder English, a fantastic three-point shooter, and they just put someone on him, and that was their sole job. Don't let him up. Always stay in between him and the basket, and I think that is definitely what BC is going to do here. And I would personally put Ian Tyler on there. He always is in that paint along with Liam, and I think that would be a great matchup. Height and power-wise, it would work. But then it's just BC figuring out if they can sacrifice Ian Tyler for kind of running for those rebounds and really just having to shadow Mitakara.
British Columbia had a 10-0 scoring run there, and a lot of those were coming from paint touches and being effective down low. What can Alberta do to push British Columbia out to the perimeter and make them play 5 wide?
They need to really take control in that paint and just maybe a man-on-man would work a little bit better in this situation, just because the zone cracks really appear really easily, and zone is usually better for when you are working around the perimeter, because then you can try to trap with whoever is really around you in the paint. But a man-to-man approach would probably work a little bit better, just so they can always have an eye on someone and push them out. We're not seeing a ton of three-point shooting from British Columbia, so forcing them around that perimeter could really give Alberta an advantage in the second half.
Aaliyah Maiden for British Columbia is the leading scorer, 8 points, but 4 of 14 from the field. But it's Marvin Reyes tagging himself as the engine, 6 points to go along with 8 boards in the game. Joe Linder, 3 steals, so getting contributions in multiple categories from multiple players is British Columbia. As we get set for second half action in this bronze medal game, it's JJ Evison alongside Haley Hopkinson. Thanks for tuning in on Canada Basketball's YouTube live page. We appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast here from York University's Tate McKenzie Athletic Center. The clock now ticking. 20 minutes left to play. Joe Linder hands it off to Maiden. Back to Linder. No, it's Reyes from the free throw line.
That was definitely a better defensive possession for Alberta, but as you can see with the zone, the second the ball traveled over, Alberta shifted along that baseline, leaving wave for Ian Tyler to kind of squeeze in there and be in a great position for that rebound. So I think making sure Ian Tyler isn't in that position and really focusing on him as well would definitely be able to help Alberta kind of contain some more of those balls and not give BC second chance opportunities.
British Columbia's ball in the half court, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Linder accepts the pass. Moving downhill, Maiden. Far side kick out. Into the paint, elevating, getting the roll, Jason Ikani.
Yeah, Alberta's getting to BC once they're already in the paint, which is definitely, that needs to be eliminated right now.
Here's Mitakaro, gives it up to Bol. The handoff now, Ashton Leung. The step through, has to turn back. Bol has it, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bol working on Tyler. Foul's called on the baseline. So that's Maiden's second personal foul. Both teams have one. Under a minute played in the third quarter. A deep three is off the mark from Leung. Maiden with another rebound. His fifth of the contest. Here's Reyes. Doing a little shimmy shake, trying to get rid of Mitakaro. Another look from the mid-range. That one again off the mark by Ikani. Two good looks from about 10 feet out. Ikani can't sink either of them. And now it's Mitakaro stepping through. The pass to the near wing. That shot's up and misses. And Linder comes away with the board, pushing the pace. Reyes, it's a 3-on-3 in the half court. Reyes now kicks it back out. Can Ikani knock it down from three? No. And another foul will go on Maiden, his third. He'll have to head to the bench for the over the back.
I think that was a very smart play there from Ashton Leung, though, because he was just simply boxing him out. And that's what's going to happen. Just by boxing them out, if they start to jump, you're going to get that contact there, and you're going to start to kind of make BC worried a little bit about this foul trouble earlier on in the game.
So it looks like British Columbia going to stick with that zone defense. Bol just holds it above everybody. Mitakaro working on Reyes. Fakes the shot, moves downhill. Slow step into the lane, fouled on the way up. British Columbia's third team foul. That one falling on Ian Tyler as Mitakaro looks to add to his scoring total from the free throw line. He is 5 of 6 already on the day. The first up and through.
I think Bol's done a great job of picking up his intensity and aggression in that paint, but him being a little bit readier to shoot, because he could have shot that shot right there. Just he had the space, he had the height advantage there. If they can kind of get him going, they'll find a lot more open looks for him.
Some of the conversations we've had with the coaches that have deep teams is everybody's trying to pass it off and get somebody else, maybe the hot guy, going. Bol, yes, definitely has the opportunity to look at his shot as another one's off the mark by Ikani. 0 for 4 here to open up the third quarter. Far corner. Extra pass. Leung following the shot, no good. Rebound being fought for. Stepping out of bounds with possession is Mitakaro. Substitution for British Columbia, Ethan Mavindra checks in for Ian Tyler. So British Columbia showing a little bit of a smaller lineup here with both Ian Tyler and Aaliyah Maiden on the bench. Linder finds Dane Schmidt from downtown. You betcha. Dane Schmidt off the bench on the board. What does Alberta cook up here for a response? Mitakaro keeps the whole way. 22 points in the game for Mitakaro. British Columbia not really doing anything to slow him down at this point. Reyes working on Midicaro, moving downhill. Back to the basket, kick out. Mavindra off the mark, Leung. Alberta have numbers, 3-on-2 in transition. Leung keeps, elevates, blocked. Another chance here. Elias Steed and Alberta in front by 2. Linder finds Schmidt off the screen. Mavindra now. Top side. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Tough take, tough make. Ethan Mavindra.
As the threes have started to land for BC, it does look like Alberta's taking a little bit more of a man-to-man approach, just making sure that everyone has an eye on someone at all times.
Ashton Leung kicks it to the corner. Feet set. Shots up. Shots good. Elias Steed. Like the decision making from Alberta on the offensive end here. Mavindra working to his right, behind the back. Now left, right-handed finish, the hoop, and the harm.
Wow, that was perfect right there. They're so good at just finding space on that floor, and everyone on BC seems to be so quick and ready to shoot, which is definitely something that takes time. No hesitation seems to be on that floor for BC right now.
Mavindra has 8 points in the game to go along with 2 boards and 2 assists. And Mavindra can't connect on the free throw. Alberta ahead by 1. This is a closely contested game. It's been back and forth, a couple of lead changes. And exactly what you want to see from a medal game.
Yeah, these two teams are matched very perfectly here because they both bring different strengths to the table. But obviously these are the best teams from these provinces, that you have that depth so that they can adjust on the fly.
Reyes. Schmidt. Yes. Schmidt can't miss. Getting downhill was Liam Mitikato, and Ethan Mavindra tries to strip him, instead gets part of the arm. British Columbia now 4 team fouls in the quarter, 4:56 remaining. Alberta will shoot free throws from here on out. Elias Steed, patience pays off.
He's doing such a fantastic job of using his body to create this space and get himself a good shot. He's not settling. He's putting in the work to find that right angle for himself.
The strip by Mitikato, the run out. A beautiful Euro step, reverse layup with some English.
Wow.
Perfectly timed strip of Reyes by Mitikato. Mavindra has to give it to somebody on the near side. Linder, that's short. Alberta on the run now. It's Steed. Mitikato, straight on 3, in and out. Rebound wrapped up. Dane Schmidt out on the run and dribbling back into traffic, turned over. Another half-court action called by Liam Mitikato. It's a handoff. Diego Lance, far side. Clyde Bachu. Bol again looking to pass, not even looking at the rim. And Steed backing his man down. The nice spin move, up, floater, Elias Steed. Have yourself a quarter. That calls a timeout. 4-point lead for Alberta, 3:26 remaining. We're going to step aside for a quick break and be right back with more action from the 15U bronze medal game here at the Canadian National Basketball Championships. Stick with us. We will be right back.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Alberta ahead by 4, in large part to the performance in the third quarter by Elias Steed using his body to get where he wants to.
He's just been so dominant down there, not letting any BC player kind of stop him from getting the shot he wants, but his decision making and how he can turn from maybe the shot he was initially about to get to kind of, whether it's a spin movement, whether it's pushing a BC player back with his body, he's just doing a fantastic job of always finding that rim.
Again, if you're just joining us on Canada Basketball's live YouTube page, we appreciate you tuning in. JJ Everson, Haley Hopkinson on the call. The bronze medal game, 15U Canadian National Basketball Championships. It's a rematch of last year's bronze medal game. British Columbia coming out on top then. This 3 from the hands of Dane Schmidt off the mark. And Ethan Mavundra is going to dance with it on the far side. Around his defender. Brings in 2. Continues baseline. And that bounces off the leg of Mavundra and out of bounds. An empty possession for British Columbia.
Bobo's pressure there, not letting them drive the baseline is very, very talented right there. It seems like Alberta hasn't completely eliminated the fact that BC does want to get into that paint, and they're still kind of allowing them to drive in, but they're being more intense when they come face-to-face with them in that paint.
The ball turned right back over on the travel by Tiago Lance. And we talked about the need to limit turnovers and poor decision making.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of travels in all of nationals.
Linder hands it off. Stolen. Mitsukaro out on the run. Waits. Some contact at the top, but no call. Ball falls onto the chest of a British Columbia player down on the ground on the baseline. It's Dane Schmidt, Alberta ball. The ball intended for Bol. British Columbia out on the run. Bol works his way back for the strip. A complacent run out by Jason Ikani. On the far side, Clyde Bachu. And an unfortunate collision under the basket sees British Columbia player on the floor. But Alberta up 51-44 here, starting to create offense from the defensive end.
Definitely, they're taking the momentum that they're getting off of the offensive possessions and turning it into that defensive energy. Bobo having multiple steals in this game already, just knowing exactly how to get his hands in there with still being able to stay disciplined and not rack up that team fouls. But they're doing a very good job right now, just kind of controlling their own pace of this game. It looks like BC's trying to force it down the court just to try to get an open look, but Alberta's doing a great job of hustling back.
9 team steals for British Columbia, leading to 15 points off of turnover, 22 points in the paint for British Columbia. Meanwhile, Alberta shooting 37% from the field, just 21% from deep, and leaving 3 points at the free throw line so far. 8 assists for Alberta on 19 made field goals. That tells you the ball's getting a little stagnant on the offensive side. Ethan Mavundra up to his feet on his own power. To a nice round of applause for those spectating. So we hope to see him back. 8 points, 2 boards, 2 assists in this game for British Columbia. The captain.
Yeah, he's this whole game, even if he's not scoring or grabbing the rebound specifically, he's still having an impact on that game, doing everything he can to kind of throw off Alberta's game plan here.
Maiden checks back in for British Columbia. Has 3 personal fouls. So does Tyler. Tyler remains on the bench. And here's Maiden down low, working on Bachu. Maiden, patient, gets his defender in the air, can't get the bucket to go. Rebound, Mitakaro. That's his 9th. One more rebound and he's got the double-double. Big take to the hoop, nothing there. Steed misses. Bobo now slowing things down as the shot clock resets to 14. Mitakaro stepping through with those long legs, kicks it back out. Diego Lance fading away off the mark. Linder with his head up, pushing the pace. One more pass to the corner, it's Maiden. Yes, bottom. Aaliyah Maiden helping British Columbia back into this game. They now trail by 4, a minute 15 left in the 3rd quarter.
BC's done a great job of recognizing that Alberta is trying to cut off that drive to the paint that they've been doing so well, and just looking more for that extra pass to hopefully hit that 3, which has definitely been working so far.
Maiden just made one from that mark, working on the smaller defensive player, gets to the rack, gets the bucket. Nothing that Diego Lance could do to slow him down there. Bobo has it, 4 seconds on the shot clock, fakes everybody, gets up, uses the backboard but leaves it short. Dane Schmidt kicks it over. Akani to the corner. Ducek attacks, gets the bucket. And that run ties the game. 18.4 left in the 3rd quarter. Timeout. Alberta will step aside for a quick break, and we'll bring you the remainder of the 3rd quarter of this 15U bronze medal game right after this.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada, because this journey belongs to everyone.
We're back with just a few seconds remaining on the clock in the 3rd quarter, knotted at 31. As we take a look at the statistics of this game, British Columbia shooting 35% from the field. 5 points better is Alberta in the interior. Free throws, British Columbia leaving 5 points on 2 of 7 shooting at the free throw line. 16 turnovers by Alberta to British Columbia's 11. $12 lead changes in this contest.
Good chance here for Alberta to make a statement going into this 4th quarter.
Far side, Bachu. Back into the near side, keeping is Diego Lance, looking for somebody down low. And Alberta come up empty. British Columbia now, 5 seconds left on the clock to get one more offensive opportunity. The scorer's table sounds off a buzzer. One of the officials over there discussing the issue, and the clock is going to be reset 9.4. So a little bit more time now for British Columbia. The pass is in to Matahar over on the near side now. Ducek from 3, that's short. There's still time. But the shot not off before the buzzer from the hands of Adrian McKenzie. So we've got 10 minutes left to play. 51-51. What an exciting game this has been. Come back on the other side for what is sure to be an exciting ending. Stick with us. The bronze medal going to be awarded here in 10 minutes time.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Liam Mitakaro doing everything in his power to keep Alberta in this game. 24 points to go with 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. What a stat line. British Columbia and Alberta in this rivalry at the Nationals is something special to watch.
Definitely is.
Alberta have the first look on offense. Mitakaro from the far corner. Shots up, off the mark. Rebound, bobbled off the foot of Alberta. And British Columbia now have a chance to take the lead.
What I'm really loving about BC's offense is the fact that they're also versatile, where if Alberta starts to guard them a little bit closely because they're nervous about that three, they're ready to drive right into that net. But if they give in space to prepare for that drive in, they'll shoot the three.
Joe Linder misses everything on that three-point attempt. Now Mitakaro with those long strides moving downhill. Kicks it to the corner. Top side now. Back into the corner. Francis. No. Rebound swallowed up by Maiden. Mateo Ducek gives it up to Tyler. And now it's Matahar. Illegal screen on Ian Tyler. Personal foul number 4. Less than a minute played in the fourth quarter. And coming in for British Columbia will be Jason Akani, replacing Ian Tyler. So 1 foul left for Tyler before he fouls out. He is a big part of the size for this British Columbia team.
Definitely is, but Jason Akani has done a very fantastic job of managing himself in that paint and the others around him, trying to close off any chance for a drive.
The strip, Amari Matahar gets the scoop finish and the foul. Foul goes on Liam Mitakaro as he was charging back, bodies contacting midair. An old-fashioned three-point play, opportunity for Amari Matahar.
I have no doubt the intensity and physicality in this game will pick up right here. Going into that fourth quarter, a medal on the line, a score this tight, everyone's going to want to be running away with the lead at this point. So I think we can definitely expect to see an elevated level of play.
It's Matahar's first 3 points of the contest. He's played about 5 minutes. And another strip for British Columbia out on the run, Mateo Ducek. And another foul, this one a blocking foul for Alberta. Will send British Columbia back to the free throw line.
It's definitely unfortunate because Mitakaro had just 1 second after had stolen that ball from him and could have turned another turnover and given them an offensive possession.
Alberta is looking for the shooting foul. The official at the scorer's table telling the coaches to hold on a second. And the officials will come together and have a word. Katia Davy DeGuya and Nikisha Miller talking it over. And it's going to be a side out. Linder's in the corner. Linder shots up. Rebounded and put back up. No good. Fighting for it. Jason Ikani. And loses it to Elias Steed. And of course, the ball finds its way to Leah Mitikaro's hands. That's going to be a push off. Left elbow extended. Good defense by Amari Madahar. Maybe sold it a little bit, but the push off was there.
Yeah, definitely was. Staying in control of the emotions is going to be a key, and whichever team starts to pull away with this win, the other team needs to remain calm. I mean, everyone is obviously so hyped up right now. Coaches are on their feet yelling, but the pressure is high, but the best team will come out with this composed.
Linder gets around his guy, but coughs it up. Bol ahead. Mitsikaro, spin move into the lane, using the backboard for 2. Maiden moving downhill. Bol with the smackdown gets all arm. Aaliyah Maiden of North Vancouver will head to the free throw line. That one surely a shooting foul.
Yeah, this is a difficult spot for Alberta with the 4 team fouls right now. 8 minutes on the clock. It's about how can you play disciplined, but how can you keep the same intensity? That's going to be probably Alberta's biggest struggle from here on out.
So if you're the head coach of British Columbia, what are you telling your team in terms of getting them back to the free throw line consistently here to close out the game?
Yeah, I think it's about going into that basket strong with intensity. Obviously still trying to get that quality of shot. I wouldn't rely on free throws to win this game. But if they're having a hard time getting into that paint and that's what looks like it's going to work, just go in strong with your head up and you either make it or you'll get that contact.
Head coach for British Columbia, Aurel David, trying to get his team to push up while Alberta brings it up the court. He doesn't want them playing too far back and getting anything easy to Alberta.
I think that's a good choice, but it's also, you got to stay very disciplined with that just because of the speed, especially looking at Leah Mitikaro. He can drive past nearly anybody, so being aware of that, but still trying to listen to coach is definitely important.
Maiden into the paint, elevates, uses backboard. That's another 2 points on a tough bucket for Maiden, and then a foul on the inbound play as the steal attempt from Amari Madahar causes the turnover. Bit of confusion on the court. The officials saw 4 team fouls. However, that's under the score of Alberta. So thought they were maybe going into the bonus. But everything gets sorted out. Clyde Bachu getting ready to inbound here. You hear the British Columbia fans and bench getting loud, imploring their team to pick up the effort on defense. Leah Mitikaro taking that personally, moving downhill. Heads it to Bachu. Bachu in the paint, elevates off the backboard, no good. Mitikaro with another rebound. He's got to give it up to Diego Lance, but gets it right back as we approach 7:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. In the near corner, Lance for 3, no, misses everything. Mitikaro, loose ball, up and scores. 28 points for Liam Mitikaro as Alberta pulled to within 2, fouled on the way to the basket was Amari Madahar. He'll head back to the free throw line.
And that's exactly what they're going to want to do there. That was perfect. That was a strong take there. Definitely had the chance to go in. Best case scenario here is they can make a bunch of 3-point plays with the N1 just based off how the team fouls are right now. But as for Alberta on the other side, it looks like maybe sometimes they're a little too set on what they want to do and are having a hard time adjusting just with driving in to that basket with 3 BC players standing there like a wall and jumping at the same time. That's not a quality shot right now, especially realizing if there's 3 players in front of you, 2 of your men are open, and looking to them is probably going to get them a better chance.
The first up and through for Madahar. To make it a 2-possession game. Short. Rebound, Michikaro. He's got 13 rebounds to go along with 28 points in this contest, 4 steals, 2 blocks, a complete stat line, just 3 assists. But he is 9 of 17 from the field. And tight defense by Amare Madahar results in a team foul, the 3rd on British Columbia.
And that's the second one for him in this 4th quarter. Worst case here would just be to rack up their team fouls as well and put Alberta in the exact same position with the ability to get to that free throw line, because Alberta, that's something they've been really strong in this entire game, is going to that net really strong.
Mitakaro with the cross-court pass to the hands of Lance. That misses. Who's there to collect the rebound and put it back up? Leo Mitakaro really putting his name in that MVP category for the U15 boys this tournament.
Definitely, and I do wonder why BC has made the decision to really stick one person on him this game.
Maiden. And another out of bounds. This one by Joe Linder, stepping out after receiving the pass in the corner. That corner, something about it.
Yeah.
Mitakaro picking up speed. The reach in from Jason Ikani. And now 4 team fouls for British Columbia. So on the next foul, Alberta starts shooting free throws. Mitakaro. Lance. Ball finds its way back to the near side. Bol inside. One dribble up. Good.
Throughout this game, he's been developing a lot more and actually looking for that ball and how to put himself in a better situation.
I'll be honest with you, Haley, I'm not a fan of the big man putting the rock down to the deck before taking it up. You've got the size, you've got the strength. Grab the ball and just go up with it.
Yeah.
Dane Schmidt coming in for Mateo Ducek. Schmidt has a couple of threes in this game, so trying to spread the floor a little bit here is British Columbia with under 6 remaining in regulation time. Maiden accepts the pass. Bol gets a hand on it, knocks it loose. Reyes on the deck. Play continues. 5-on-4. Mitakaro elevates, uses the backboard, gets the roll, and now the officials will pause the game for Marvin Reyes, who's down on the court for British Columbia. So Alberta back in the lead. A strong performance in the second half. In fact, all game by Liam Mitakaro. Now, take me in that huddle, Haley. What's going on with Alberta's huddle?
I think right now it's about keeping that foot on the gas pedal and just looking for those open shots. If you see it, take it. BC's approaching that 5 team fouls mark, so they'll be shooting from now on, and capitalizing on that is going to be really important. But also not letting that overpower your own game plan is really important, because they've been very strong this entire game too. And trying to force as many turnovers for BC. It seems that the energy shifts from team to team depending on who that turnover lands on. So just trying to force, keeping that intensity up. Bol's doing a great job really swatting that ball away when he can, but staying disciplined and not getting too many fouls. So I think just really sticking to what they know and what's been working for them, and maybe not trying to get too fancy with these final minutes.
5:46 remains on the clock. In regulation time, 61-58 is the score. Alberta lead in the 15U bronze medal game here at the 15U and 17U Canadian National Basketball Championships here in Toronto. York University has been a great host for us all week long. We want to shout out the OG food truck, Shams, the snack guy, and everybody from Ontario Basketball for putting on a great championship weekend or week.
Yep.
A good 6 days. Right downhill, Joe Linder with the scoop score. And here come Alberta. Lance almost turns it over. Bol has 2 on him, makes his move. Doesn't get it to go, but gets his own rebound. Mitakaro fouled on the way to the basket. Both teams now have 5 team fouls, and both teams will shoot free throws for the remaining 5-11.
Yeah, 5 minutes left on the clock in both teams in a bronze medal game. I mean, we'll see which team can really play that to their advantage without when you got to stop the game to do so many free throws, it really can throw off the rhythm of the game or the momentum a team is gaining from those turnovers or from just really great possessions on either defense or offense.
Mitakaro now 8 for 9 from the charity stripe. A chance to bring up his percentage to 90 right here, and does. It's a 1-score game. Alberta ahead by 3. Linder traipsing down the right-hand side, has a lane, pulls it back out. To his right, Ducek, Linder calls out the screen from Maiden. Ignores it, spins around, pulls up from just inside the three-point line. That off the mark. Rebounded by Ashton Leung, quickly to the hands of Mitakaro. Far side, Bachu tries to get by his guy. Met at the top by Ducek, but contact on the arm will send Clyde Mbachu to the free throw line. Correction, Dane Schmidt going to be marked for the foul.
Shooting is number 5, Clyde Mbachu, shooting 2.
That's Mbachu's 6th point of the contest. He's been a contributor in other categories as well. 2 steals, 4 rebounds. Goes 1 for 2 from the trip there. Akani comes away with the board and gets it to Linder.
U17 Alberta team coming in to watch the final minute to the U15s.
Linder kicks it back, topside, into the corner. One more pass. Ducek misses. Mitakaro has his team up by 4. Leung swallowed up, finds some space, gets the roll. Ashton Leung, it's 66-60. Team Alberta ahead, 15U bronze medal game.
Keeping the patience and the calmness right there and not allowing him to panic when he didn't see he had an option. That was just perfect play there.
Maiden strokes it from 3. That's off the mark, fighting for the rebound. Was Jason Akani, who comes up empty.
Substitution for British Columbia, coming in as number 14.
Ian Tyler checks back in. Remember, he's got 4 personal fouls. He sends Dane Schmidt to the bench. 3:38 remaining, 2-possession game. Alberta out front. Ducek into the paint. Linder now from 15 feet, no good. The steal by Linder. He's got Mitakaro on his hip, but shows off some patience and gets the bucket. Bol, top side, picks up the dribble. Needs to give it to somebody. Leung, the inside out dribble. And there's gonna be a shot clock violation on stifling defense from Team Team Alberta, sorry. And Marvin Reyes checks back in for Mateo Ducek, so good to see him back on the court.
Yep. As for Bol in that situation, either picking up that dribble a little bit too early or just squaring up to the basket. He has so many opportunities he's probably not even recognizing.
Maiden from the handoff from Linder. Maiden downhill. Maiden for two. British Columbia now trail by two. 2:25 remaining in regulation time. Mitsukaro. No lane for him, so he gives it up. Steed looking for a lane of his own. Back to Mitsukaro. Late in the shot clock, Mitsukaro has to put it up. Off the rim, rebounded. Now Reyes. Leung goes for the steal. Reyes keeps him on his hip. Into the corner. Linder, extra pass. Keeping a foot on the ground to avoid the travel. Now it's Maiden. Creating space off the backboard. Maiden for two. Tie game, 150 remaining, 66-66 in the 2023 rematch of the bronze medal game. Alberta and British Columbia. Mitsukaro downhill, loses it, finds the rebound, tries to swing it out, kick ball called. Alberta maintained possession.
I love the decision for BC to really focus in on that man-to-man in these final couple minutes. They haven't been able to give Alberta a single lane to drive through without having everybody collapse on them, because it looks like Alberta is playing a little bit closer together, not really doing the best job of spreading the floor, and that's because BC is so quick and they know that those passes could easily be picked off.
So we've got a few minutes remaining here. Haley, walk me through, if you're the head coach of Alberta, what's the recipe to success in this final few minutes?
I think the recipe is ball movement. They need to be quicker with it. They want to have some quicker offensive possessions here, getting to that basket as fast as possible. But ball movement is something that seems to have dropped off a little bit. It looks like maybe in situations like this, leaning on Liam Mitsukaro is not enough right here, because obviously BC is going to be keeping their eye on him, trying to shut down anything that he is trying to do. So ball movement and somebody else stepping up in this really important time is going to help them.
And for British Columbia, they've been able to create some offense from defense with steals. What do they need to do down this stretch in order to claim that bronze medal?
I think defense right now is going to be their biggest kind of savior in the final couple minutes. They're doing a really great job on offense with those extra passes driving in. It's great with BC because you never really know what they're going to do. Are they going to drive? Are they going to kick out to a shooter? Because everybody on that team can do one or the other. They all have a ton of decisions, but defense is what's going to win them this game. They need to shut down Alberta's driving lanes and force them to shoot that three, and then fight as hard as possible for those rebounds.
14 seconds on the shot clock, 1:35 remaining in the game. 66-66 is the score. The ball finds its way to the hands of Liam Mitsukaro. Guarded by Joe Linder. It's an ISO matchup. Bol sets the screen, rolls, gets the short pass. Bol moving downhill, bobbles it. Linder has it, gonna slow up. No need for transition offense if they have something comfortable they want to work with in the half court. Linder picks up the dribble. Working in the paint, Maiden. Down baseline, Maiden no good. Mitsukaro has the rebound. Fouled out on the run, so Liam Mitsukaro will go to the free throw line with a chance to add to his team's 66 points. He's got 34 in the game on 46% shooting, 57 from inside, 14, just 1 of 7 from deep. That goes along with 16 rebounds, 4 steals, 2 blocks.
Wow.
A complete performance. There's a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a quick break and bring you the final minutes of action from this 15U bronze medal game here at the Tate McKenzie Athletic Center. Stick with us.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9 to 5er, every long driver, Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada, because this journey belongs to everyone.
2 free throws upcoming for Alberta's Leah Mitakaro, the 6'1" point guard, keeping his team in this bronze medal game. Both teams in the bonus as we see out the final minute and change of the 11:15 tip. Following this one is going to be the bronze medal 17U game.
Mitakaro was 7 for 10 from the free throw line in yesterday's game against Ontario.
So both Alberta teams playing for the bronze medal. The 15Us hoping to run away with this one against British Columbia. Next, the 17U Alberta team taking on 17U Quebec. That tip-off scheduled for 1:30 Eastern time. 35 minutes from now. Mitakaro misses the second. Bol fighting for the rebound. Last touched. Bol, 1:05 left. British Columbia possession. Maiden comes back, and it's Linder traipsing up the court. Going for the steal, Mitakaro comes up empty. Linder picks up the dribble. Reyes, scoop, nothing there. And it's Leung. He'll slow it down and find Mitakaro. And now Alberta looking to take as much time off the clock as they can. Mitakaro kicks it out. Bachu, no. Rebound, fought for, loose ball. British Columbia, last to touch it. Alberta ball, 28.7 on the clock. It's a 1-point lead, Alberta.
Yeah, this is probably the most important possession of this entire game, so BC needs tight defense here.
Bol. Far corner. Linder goes for the strip. Reyes has it. Had Linder ahead. Now feeds him. Linder, feet set. Threes up. Off the mark. Rebound. Steed fighting for it. And that one just thrown in. Shot clock is off. Foul is going to be called on Linder. And Clyde Bachu will head to the free throw line with a chance to extend Alberta's lead. 9.2 remains. What a gamble by Joe Linder to knock that ball loose and Reyes to pick it up.
Yeah.
And the wherewithal not to throw it ahead and just give it right back.
And not fouling in those little things there. Just this whole game, there's been really clean steals and really clean moves just to try to throw off people's dribbling. And then it looked like BC in their offensive possession tried to throw it off of Alberta's legs, but Alberta was able to maintain the ball.
The missed free throw. Alberta come away with the rebound. 5 seconds left. Foul is going to go on Maiden. Alberta will head back to the free throw line. Maiden picks up his fourth. And you can feel the pressure on Ashton Leung right here. He has the chance to make this a 2-possession game. The first is good. How important is boxing out here for British Columbia?
It is crucial if they want to come back and win this game with the short amount of time on the clock. If they don't do it, they don't have a shot.
The second one missed. Steed there to get a hand on it. Linder can't save it from going out of bounds. 2.4 on the clock, a 3-point lead Alberta. They have possession in the offensive end. Everybody on the court for Alberta giving their love to Elias Steed. One more timeout on the floor. We step aside the final seconds from the 15U boys bronze medal game coming up after this commercial break.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Well, it might have been Liam Mitakaro leading the charge for this Alberta squad. 35 points, 17 rebounds, but what about the play down the stretch from Elias Steed? Some timely rebounds.
Every important play, he is there. He fights for that ball. He makes sure that if his team needs him in that situation, he's going to show up for them. He's been such a crucial player to Alberta this entire time, and I'm sure it's going to continue into the last couple seconds.
Big minutes for Steed, and the love being showed to him from the teammates after that final rebound. Alberta have it on the offensive baseline. 2.4 remaining. It is a 3-point game, one possession game. Mitakaro onto the near wing. No one's there. Leung just dribbles it out. And Alberta avenge last year's bronze medal match to come away and win the U15 bronze medal 69-66 victory. What a performance, top to bottom. Liam Mitakaro, 35 points, 17 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. There can't be a more complete performance from that 36 minutes. He only rested for 4 minutes, and congratulations, Alberta, on the 3rd place finish at the 2024 15U National Basketball Championships. Don't go anywhere. The 17U bronze medal game coming up after this, featuring Alberta and Quebec. Haley and I will be on the call as we step aside now for a quick break. More National Basketball Championships coming up in a half an hour's time.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
Shift in the left hand scoop finish.